Hi there. Again, I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here at Community Hotline at Metro East Community Media. And don't forget, Community Hotline is on Facebook, so be sure to like us there. And we also have a blog, so you want to check it out and leave your comments and be part of the conversation, please check us out. Now, we have with us tonight the Adopted Grandparent Program. I'm very happy to have with us Jan Hall, who is a participant in the program. Great. And we also have Lena Richardson, who is the program manager. Thanks, both of you, for being here. So, Adopted Grandparent, brand new program, or pretty darn new, right?
Yeah, pretty darn new in this form. It's been a pilot program for the last 2 years, actually. Okay. But we just got a big grant from the Northwest Health Foundation.
Nice,
so we're excited about
Congratulations on that.
Yeah. And so that's allowed me to come on and to expand the program. And so we're recruiting more volunteers, senior volunteers.
Good. Now, as a pilot program, what has been done? How does the program work?
Well, basically, the program is a chance to connect seniors in East Multnomah County with high school students and build intergenerational relationships.
I like that. So is this for the benefit of the seniors, the high school students, or both?
It's really both. It's really, these are students who are in health services, potentially interested in being nurses, doctors, in healthcare, and it's a chance for them to be paired with a senior and visit them weekly for potentially the whole school year or part of the school year. Wow. And through that process, they get to learn about elder issues, senior health needs, and they get some coaching from Linfield College of Nursing students on healthcare and senior health.
Well, and geriatric health is like a huge field now, am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's part of how the program kind of blossomed, because we realized the need to have healthcare professionals who are really more educated in geriatric health from a holistic place, like this is a human being, right?
Right, not just a patient, but actually a person with needs and wants and desires and fears.
Exactly, exactly.
A lot of kids in the past, maybe when we were growing up, there were more extended families where maybe people had their aunts and uncles, their grandparents around, but the world is kind of spread out now, and kids don't always have that. So this is maybe a good chance for kids to be connected with seniors, maybe to find out what a whole different perspective on life.
Exactly.
So now, Jan, you've been actually involved in this program. How did you find out about Adopted Grandparent?
I saw a flyer.
Oh, okay.
And
hey, they work, huh? That's good.
Yes, they do. Advertising.
Yes. So what happened?
I thought, foster grandparent.
Adopted grandparent.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in another program.
Oh, you like the grandparent program?
I like that.
She's a great grandma.
I'm Grandma Jan.
I love it.
I liked the idea that I would be volunteering and helping people in the healthcare field. It's a practicum for them.
Yes,
and also my husband is very low vision and low hearing, and I thought right away, this is going to be really good for him. So that was the strongest motivator for finding out more about the program.
So what was your first step? What did you do? You called?
I called.
And what did they tell you? What did you have to do?
They told me basically what our audience is going to be hearing today about the program. All I had to do was fill out some paperwork, not difficult, not reams and reams of paperwork. And
okay, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and make a commitment.
And then how long? What kind of a commitment do they require from you?
Well, the commitment that we've had this year, we started this year, was for one semester.
Oh, okay.
With a set of students. We had 2 students. And then the second semester, the same thing, 2 new students.
Oh, okay. So is that...
and once a week we would meet, approximately once a week.
Okay, and they would come to your home?
They come to the home, right. And we waited for a call from them. They were prompt, called us up, and we worked out when's the best time to meet, based on our schedules. It was easy.
Oh, well, that's good. Now, Lena, this was part of the pilot program, is that right?
Yeah, and the pilot program is really been doing a lot. It's been the basis for what we're going to just be expanding from, but the pilot program has been located only at CAL, the Center for Advanced Learning, that high school.
So those students have had the opportunity to do that. But now when you say you're expanding, what other schools are going to be involved?
Park Rose High School, and at least one other high school in the area.
Okay,
so
David Douglas.
Perhaps David Douglas,
okay.
yes, right, exactly.
Good. So I would imagine that would be a terrific addition to the curriculum to have that as part of the health care program for those kids. So how are there other ways that the pilot program differs from what you're going to be doing besides expanding it to other schools?
No, it's really expanding. The only difference is that each high school is going to kind of form their own version of how this is implemented.
Oh, okay.
So
a little autonomy that way.
Exactly. So at Park Rose, we're going to have senior volunteers who are grandparents who basically will be joining for a full school year to have volunteer students come in. Okay. So that'll be a longer relationship for that period.
So what Jan did was semesters, but you can, depending on the school, it could be a full year program.
Right.
So maybe 2 students assigned to one
Yeah, it's always 2 students. And basically we start out and we offer the seniors and the students a menu of activities. We've had a lot of different ones that are kind of successful. What's fun to do together: baking, taking a walk, maybe watching a favorite movie, going out for an outing. And the students also do a living history, a life history.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Talking to the people and finding out about your life. And
Right.
So how did that work out for you? Did that happen for you?
The first semester, it wasn't yet implemented.
Okay.
Second semester, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. I think that would be great. I mean, you can learn so much. I think that would be wonderful.
Yeah, and some students have said that that was their favorite part.
Really?
I mean, each student has a different part that they like, but some said, oh, we got to learn so much about this person's life, and she was in the Air Force, and then she did this, and...
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah.
So, Jan, when the people, the students that came, did you have boys, girls? What did you have?
Our first semester, we had 2 young women. The second semester, a young man and a young woman.
And when they first came over, how did that work? Were they nervous? Were you nervous?
The first group, they were very nervous over the phone.
Oh,
I could tell.
Okay.
I'm a retired teacher, and my husband is also. My husband taught on the high school level, so he was really eager to get into this program.
I bet he was.
And once they got to the house, everything relaxed very quickly.
Well, you're not too intimidating, Jan.
Oh, good.
You're pretty easy to be around.
And I just wanted to emphasize for people that are interested in the program, you don't have to do anything in particular except be yourself, be open, and make a commitment to be responsible if you've made an appointment that you're going to be at home.
Be there.
Be there.
Be there. And that's not asking so much. That's just common sense and courtesy, really. So what were some of the things that you did?
Well, I really want to talk about what my husband did, but first
yeah.
I'll talk about what I did that I enjoyed. I love the classical Chinese gardens, so we went to the classical Chinese gardens.
Had they been there before? Had those
No,
students been there? Oh,
none of our students had been
They
there.
got to do something really exciting.
None of our grandchildren had been there.
Your grandchildren, I love it. I love it. Do you call them that? Is that how you refer to them?
By first name.
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah.
That's great. So, and that's a wonderful experience. I love the Chinese
It was, and
garden.
it was. We tried to find experiences that would be educational, but would also be
Good.
fun.
That's
And
a teacher in you there.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to share one other. That was my.
That was yours.
Before I talk about my husband's. So lighthouse work. Did some dusting of bookshelves, taking the books up. We have lots of books, being teachers.
Yes.
And the students that we had didn't have a lot of books at home.
Oh, really?
The first group of students. And it worked into looking at a very large dictionary and playing Boggle, and they learned that it's fun to play with the dictionary.
I love it. I love it. That's good. That's like Scrabble. And I always don't get the dictionary out now. That's not a word. You know?
My husband was able to share a tip sheet with them, and also just tell them, how do you communicate with people that are low vision or low hearing, especially? Tips for that. And he loved being the educator.
Oh, I bet. I bet that was a perfect kind of pairing to have kids that need to learn and have them, your husband be one of the first people to be dealt with as somebody that is a teacher and can say, this is the easiest way to help me. This is the easiest way to help other people that are in this situation.
And for seniors that are interested in the program, even if you don't get out and about, here's a chance to have people come to your home. Yeah. And still,
if people have physical disabilities, there are things that can keep them
Yeah.
at home a lot. Sometimes it gets pretty lonely. you know.
Exactly, and one of the big pluses about this is that it is something that people can do from their homes, and it was actually framed around people who might not have that much social contact otherwise, and here's a weekly visit that's committed where they get to be a friend and a supporter to a student, but really also be supported in some way in their home.
That's a great thing.
And there's a health and safety assessment piece. We have these Linfield College students who are student nurses, and they're kind of coaching the students. And they also did and will again do home safety visits.
Oh, good.
Or coach the students on how to do that. And Jen and Bill experienced that, which was a concrete kind of benefit, I think.
Yes, and my husband liked it that the Linfield nursing students came and visited and did a blood pressure reading and things like that.
Good, that's great. Now you said, Lena, that you need more volunteers because now you've expanded the program. So tell me, if somebody is, a senior is out there and they are interested in becoming part of the program, what do they need to do?
They just should call, just like Jan did, or we have an email address.
Okay, and I think we'll have the information on the screen.
Right.
So what happens? Say they call, then Jan said there was paperwork to fill out, pretty easy paperwork. Are there requirements?
Basically, I'll just have a conversation with them, just talk about why they're interested, what the program is. We'll do probably a home visit where I would go visit and just make sure that it's in person a good fit for the program, and the home, because the students will be coming to visit.
What about residency? Do they have to be East County residents to be part of this program?
It's easier. We're somewhat flexible, but we want the students to be able to get there from the high schools. So we have Park Rose High School, we have Center for Advanced Learning, possibly David Douglas. So we're looking for grandparents where students potentially with cars and then some without can make it.
Sure.
Other than that, we're very open to who's there.
So really, there's not a lot of restrictions as far.
No.
Now, we don't have a whole lot of time, but tell me, do you have some? I want to know how the students felt about this. Can you tell me how the students reacted to
I would
all
love
this?
to just share a few quotes and then we can give some, talk more about it. But this one said, this is a quote from a student. She said, "My grandparent told me about her life in the Air Force and how she broke her legs. She is a courageous woman who has seen a lot and yet still manages to enjoy her life to the fullest. We felt very welcome when visiting her, and she came up with new activities for us to do. She even taught us how to identify different plants.
Oh, that's great.
And it is pretty neat that her legacy is now living on through us."
Oh, I like that. I like it that they think of it that way.
Yeah. That's one of the special things about this program is, I think on both sides sometimes there's a little hesitation. Because there is so little connection between seniors and young people. And so on both sides there's a little bit of like, well, what do we do? And so many of the stories we hear, and I'll share another quote, are just about, here's this amazing person and I got to know her and now we're special to each other in this way.
Wow. You know what, we're almost out of time, but I want to let this run just a little bit longer, if that's okay, with my crew out there at Community Hotline. If we can just let this go a couple minutes longer, because I want to hear a little bit more about the perspective of the students. So, Jan, do you have anything you want to share?
Well, actually, I have perspective from the grandparent here.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
We can do both.
I do want to comment on your phrase, unexpected relationships. I love that phrase, and I think that it's, as you said, a little trepidation maybe at first, but
I imagine they get a lot more out of it than you ever
going
expected.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yes. If you want to share, there's a whole bunch of student quotes here if you want to share one.
Yeah. I cannot express enough how much this program has helped me in understanding more fully the day-to-day life of the elderly. It's been helpful to grow more comfortable with elderly people and get a glimpse of their lifestyle, which has also been very exciting to observe and interact in. Through this experience, I've learned a lot about two individuals' lives. That was my husband.
That was you, okay.
And feel as if they are my actual grandparents.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's actually Jan. That's perfect. That's Jan's adopted grandson who wrote that.
Okay, that's great. So, and on your side, have you talked to other grandparents that have been in the program?
I haven't had a chance to do that. My husband was able to go to the end of the semester celebration, but I'm involved in another volunteer program
Okay.
too, so I wasn't
You
able
weren't
to
able
go.
to go to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we go then, tell me anything else that we need to know about the Adopt a Grandparent program. What?
We just encourage anybody who's a senior who's interested, or people who might know seniors, who might maybe aren't seniors themselves, but you live in an apartment building or a mobile home park, or someone, a neighbor who might be interested, because in a way, the biggest goal of this program is to reach out to people who maybe aren't in many social networks.
Right.
And it could be that just an observer,
That's
or
a
a
good
friend
point.
could just say, hey, you might want to check this out, and we have brochures, and we're very friendly and welcoming if you give a call, and no obligation, so just call and check us out.
Wonderful. And you don't have a website yet, right?
We do, actually.
You do have a website now. Okay, then we probably have that information on the screen too. Good.
We just got it up there, and it's www.adoptagrandparentoregon.com. And that just got up.
It's .com.
And it's .com.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll have to check it out. And if people have other questions, they can always go to the community hotline blog too and ask them. I'll make sure you get those questions and get back to those people. Thank you, both of you, for being on here tonight.
Thank you.
It sounds like a wonderful program. I hope it has great success. And as I run into people, I'll be keeping them in mind for the program too.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah, you bet. So thanks for watching this segment of Community Hotline. And don't forget, our next segment is going to be in Spanish. We will have Ana Schmidt and Rudy Obaldo on the show. We also are on Facebook, so you can watch the shows there. You can like us there. You can also check out the other nonprofits that we work with on our Facebook page. So stick around. We'll be right back with the Multnomah County Library in our Spanish-speaking segment.